Everybody has the night off tonight. I'm very simply going to make a statement about the Joe Cronin Vince Russo video. I'm going to tell you why I made it, and then I'm going to hopefully put it to bed. I posted a video yesterday, for those who are turning in, with basically my ongoing war with Joe Cronin and his ongoing war against me and Dave and even some of his ex-fans, to sort of expose some of the things that he said in the past. And I've been accused of doing it simply out of spite, out of revenge. I'm here to say with 100% positivity, I just couldn't be more honest than this. That is absolutely 150% true. That is the reason I did it. Now, that being said, I do still think it falls under fair use. And the reason it falls under fair use is because, A, what was said was said. B, Joe or Dan Cronin is a public figure. So it essentially works at fair use as a press release. If you disagree with me, feel free to flag the video. I've had another video flagged in the last couple days, and I already won that dispute. I don't think that this video is much different. The full video's length, from what I understand, is still on his channel. You can make his judgment as you see fit. I am making no apologies for making that video. At the same time, I'm not going to sit there and beat you over the head with a lie about shining a light on racism or telling you that this is a teachable moment or that I'm actually concerned. Because I'm not. I just simply understand how the business world works. And I knew it would damage him. Why would I do something like that? Because he asked for it. Absolutely 100%. Since late August, early September, I left the Joe Cronin show. Dead on Dave was let go from the Joe Cronin show. And ever since then, we've got a ration of attacks from his fans and himself. Most of these fans are encouraged by himself, and they come over here. I've said this before. It doesn't bother me. I can handle trolls. I've handled them, and I've pretty much eliminated them for the most part. Dave, on the other hand, is doing a little more traditional podcasts, and he wants to keep that kind of stuff away. But that didn't stop the repeated attacks. Insults did not stop the repeated attacks. Deals didn't stop the repeated attacks. Everything that was done to put this behind us was either blew up in her face, only calmed things down for a short time, or just continued. In November, I ran the idea behind Dead on Dave by doing this, knowing that it would damage him. He turned it down on 3 separate occasions, told me not to do it, that it was going too far. That same month, Joe Cronin drew a picture of my friend on a box, took a turkey baster, and simulated ejaculating on him. After that, Dave told me not to do what I did. Well, those attacks didn't stop. So then I did what I did. I think it falls under fair use. I think it is 100% legal. If you don't, feel free to flag it or sue me. Joe's a public figure. Those things were said. And you can take it ever how you want to take it. And you can listen to the raw video and come to your own conclusion. Now, I suppose there's some question, is Joe a racist? Very doubtful that he's a racist. But he did say racist things. And that's why that video is captivating. The video is not out of context. Joe went on as early as yesterday and doubled down on his statement, saying there was nothing wrong with it. So there you go. In the video, he doubles down on the statement. And later in the video, good 5 minutes after, he doubles down on the statement again. You can go check it. Do I think he's a bigot? No. Dude, I knew the damage it would do? Yes. Because the attacks wouldn't stop. And they're never going to stop, I don't believe. Even with this latest effort that I'll tell you about in a little bit. I also want to tell you about something else. This is not just simply Dave and I crying about attacks on YouTube, that we should be bigger than that. There's also a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes. During this whole affair, Dave was approached by Dan to work against me. Jesse was, then back to me. Then the most recent example would be with Too Tall, who's Dave's partner. Too Tall was doing a podcast where magically a bunch of trolls came in and started saying Joe Cronin was better. Now, I know Too Tall, he could care less about it. It's just what wrestling fans do. But magically during that troll attack, Dave Rose, who's an associate of his, approached him profusely apologizing about these trolls. And in that conversation, they offered him some kind of deal or partnership and essentially blamed Dave for his association with him to bring on these trolls. I believe, conservatively, that was a coordinated attack. Of course, Too Tall, being the person of character, turned the offer down. He didn't buy it. It was plastic. It was transparent. And that was the end of it. This kind of stuff has been going on for months. Months. I've got a rambling audio for 30 minutes of Cronin saying hours after he did the turkey baster bit how much he cares about me and him, and he hates when people do things like that. Well, you did something like that. Just as soon as yesterday, he was claiming that he was doing everything he could to keep the trolls away, and we don't know how many people that he kept away from us. That's bullshit. Here's the truth. Most of the original fans have left Cronin. He had a boom in late November, and most of the people that listen to his show don't even know who me and Dave are. They haven't a clue. None. And as I've made Cronin videos, defending Dave, defending myself, defending his channel, the dislikes have gone down. The most recent video is only about 50% approval rating. Well, I have a pretty much a good idea for that. I happen to be refreshing the page, and about 14 dislikes came at the same time, followed by a Cronin comment on Spectrum Gaming. Cronin has conservatively 14 channels where you can dislike one video several times. I can do it too with the 4 channels that I have. So really, it's more about 60-40. That being said, I know a lot of you folks are sick of this, and I understand that. And in some sense, I apologize. But the reason I did this was defend somebody who I was in the Army with, who I saw sacrifice his mobility. The man can barely stand up. He's in constant pain. And one of the things he can do is YouTube. And up until about last week, that same person did everything he could to keep this off the channel and not mention it. What I did was try to draw the heat. When Cronin figured that out, he started attacking Dave even more. That's why I released the video. Because it was deserved, and I wanted to put an absolute 100% end to it by going after his money. It's really not simple than that. I mean, I don't believe Vince Russo, who tweeted me and who's now aware of this video and what he said, believes for a minute that I was doing it for some kind of righteous reason. But I do believe him when he said he was thankful. I absolutely believe him when he said he was thankful. Because he should be. The type of stuff Cronin was saying on there. And Taza, Chris, who works with the Cronin show for a long time, as you all know, and me, and Jesse, and Dave begged him not to do stuff like that because of the damage that it could have caused. Now, it's just ironic that I ended up using it. And Vince Russo should be happy. He shouldn't be put in a position on me. You could look at it this two ways. I'm helping a lot of people out that don't know about him. And my bonus is I get to defend somebody who has only wanted to leave. Dan has acted like a abusive ex-boyfriend that we just simply can't get rid of. That's what he's done. So I dropped the bomb. And it's legal. And it's going nowhere. Now, that being said, I had a conversation with Chris. It didn't go very well at first. In fact, he's the first guy in this entire affair to get me off my game. I actually did something stupid and threatened him. And the reason I threatened him is because I am sick and tired of people coming to me and saying, fucking poor him. He has a family. This is his income. And never fucking bring up Dave. And he didn't until he was absolutely fucking clear that that's what my motivations were. Those are my motivations. It's not fair that he is not allowed to leave in peace. When I started this channel, I wanted to bully bullies, and I have. And nobody is better at it than me. You can ask Ryan Lampert. You can ask that guy, Johnny Rotten, with Tommy NC 220. You can ask Dave Rose. And now you can ask Joe Cronin. Oh, and you can throw in the Neverfold guy in too. I bully bullies. I don't do this for no reason or no motivation whatsoever. And I'll be damned if I'm going to listen to poor him. And then when I bring up Dave, I hear, well, you got to admit, the turkey baster was funny. Fuck you. Is that really that's what's going to get me to stop? You're going to come into me like a teenage boy? You're going to try to unsub? Give me some kind of friend, like peer pressure? Like high school? I'm 39. I like this channel. I do. I like doing what I do. I like talking about hockey and now wrestling. I like the video game videos. I dig it. And I love all of you that are so loyal. And there's, a good 20 or 30 of you have met, and some of you have made relationships on your own. I do it. But I'll be honest with you. I hope it doesn't offend you, and I hope you don't leave. I would lose it all as long as I was able to sleep at night, because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I knew I could do something about this. I love Dave's friendship, and I love his peace that he deserved, and he is well earned, more than I like this channel. And I'm willing to lose it. Now, I don't think those words are going to have anything kind of effect on Cronin. I'm speaking to you. And I don't think this is going anywhere. But I have cut a deal And I'm going to list the deal right now. The video stays. As part of this deal, I'm going to ask you. It's my insurance policy. I've cut deals before and gotten screwed. And I would not be a bit surprised if I saw a parody right after this. You know, who the fuck do you think you are? Parody that was done right after I was deadly serious and I made a similar video trying to end this. Remember? The video stays. I'm going to ask you not to write any of Cronin's sponsors as a part of this deal. Hold off. I'm going to ask you to let this die. Now, I'm not going to be freaked out by some offhand comment, some post on Cronin Show, some stuff like that. But if I see a parody, if I see an attack of any kind, again, I will resume doing what I do. Taking out bullies. And the worst kind of bully in the world is a cry bully. And this guy has armies of cry bullies. It's almost sociopathic that they could come to me and call me a horrible person and not even mention Dave in the same breath. I can't grasp it. Two wrongs may not make a right. Actually, I don't know if that statement's true. I don't know that I did anything wrong at all. And I'm not a Christian. And I like eye for an eye a little better. I'm going to ask you guys not to do that and let this slide. That video is my insurance policy. I'm not going to talk about this situation in the future. I probably won't take your call if we talk about it. I do not expect this to succeed. But that's why I still have the video up. I'm going to give Chris a chance. And I'm going to let him, because I do believe he wants this. I do believe he came in his friend's defense because he's worried about his financial situation. My problem is nobody cares about Dave's situation. And the idea that I should value his financial situation higher than Dave's peace just because he's counting on it more than Dave is ridiculous. He brought this on himself. And I fully expect him to screw this up. And I've also been given permission to carry on right as I've been doing if this gets screwed up. And if you don't believe I will, you really haven't got it yet. I bully bullies, and I'm good at it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm probably better at that than I am being a father. That's how good at it I am. Much better. And I will go right back. No apologies, no shame. 100 dislikes, 1,000 subs, all of it. Don't care. Because this isn't my income. I've said this repeatedly. This is more about how somebody should be treated and how somebody shouldn't be treated. We'll see where this goes. All we ever wanted to do was end. And I foolishly thought a couple of insults or embarrassments would be able to do that. I don't know anymore. Is this the end of the Joe Cronin Show? I don't know. Don't care. It's not my problem. And I don't care if it screws up your listening time. I don't care if it screws up your little schedule or something you like to do. I care about Dave more than you. I more than likely don't know you, and I don't care what happens to you. Whining is just a waste of time. It's actually just a troll amusement to me. Trying to extort Too Tall. Threatening me with trolls. Has it worked thus far? And I got much more in the tank. One parody, one bit. I'm not only going after Cronin, I'm going after his partners. And I'm going to do it just how I've been doing it. And I'm not going to lose my cool like I did with Chris. I'm going to do it meticulously. I'm going to do it within the realms of YouTube. And I'm going to do it legally. JD, I'm talking to you. Because the way I see it, the type of guy that laughs with a bully is a bully. And I take bullies out. And I like it. But the only thing that I want more is for him to just be left alone. That's it. And I want that more than I want to bully bullies. I don't believe it. I think Tazovich is... I think he's going to get screwed. Because I've gotten screwed and so has everybody else. And the only thing that are left are a bunch of sycophants praising somebody and laughing at it. So, like I said, everybody's game over there. Everybody. JD, Dave Rose, Jaron, Bailey. I'll find out where you work, and I'll show them who you associate with. And I will do it legally within the realms of YouTube. And I'm not kidding. I'm never going to mention this going forward. I strongly consider not to send this to anybody's employer for Dave's sake. And I think that's about all I have to say. I'm tired of it. My team's tired of it. But I have nothing but perpetual war in my soul. If there is such a thing. Nothing. I'm the meanest motherfucker you will ever meet if you push me. And I'm going to sleep. Try me.